Also, under the car, where it's like leaning on the car.
Oh yeah, I'll get to that. I'll get to that. So
that hurt.
So yeah, that may have been when we twisted our backs. But we after sliding off, and they finally like, okay, I think we got that. That basically was like, okay, that didn't work. I kind of looked at him. I'm like, well, that was useless. All right, what other pose did they want us to do? And then they had us leaning against the front of the car, which then they tried to be on the side of the car. They're like, here's some magazines, and we're like, okay. They want us reading the magazine. Like, well, this is like,
the magazine
a year old. They're like, well, we'll superimpose your cover on there. So then at some point we were like leaning against the car, but they're like, but twist the body so we can see the magazine. It's like. Like, none of this is usable. And then we get to the one inside with the pie, which I don't think I saw that one. It's inside the magazine. But that one was just like, okay, there's going to be pie, and all you guys are just sitting there staring at it.
They're like, you're serving it to us.
Or yeah. And they were like, and Jensen, maybe you could just be serving the pie. And I'm like, that's not what I would be doing. Well, what would you guys be doing? Fellas, shall we? And then that's and that was the photo that you saw.
Yeah.
So the comfortability factor was 0,
non-existent. Comfort level injury.
Yeah, comfort level injury.
Legitimately.
The next 3 days, he and I were complaining. We're like, your back hurt?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. Like, what was? He's like, I don't know. One of 3 poses that we did, probably. Anyway, go ahead.
Yes.
I get panic attacks, and anytime I have a panic attack, I replay scenes from Supernatural in my head because it calms me down.
Which ones?
It varies. It can be
Yellow fever?
Sometimes.
You're like, don't be that girl.
It'll never be that bad.
Don't be that
I was just wondering if there's any go-to things that you have if you're having a bad day that you replay and it helps you.
You know what? Not necessarily when I have a bad day, but I say this all the time. I think it's true. I've probably seen the gag reel more times than I've seen the show. They make me laugh. It's, you know how you can have a smell or a song that puts you in a different carefree place? I think the gag reels kind of do that for me. I hope y'all guys watch it because they're
Absolutely.
And we've told them regularly because we tell them all the time. We're like, because we probably have an hour worth of jacking around. And we're like, maybe.
Oh no, we essentially get the gag reel done and with all the material within the first 2 episodes.
Yeah. We have 10 minutes of gags.
21 episodes later, you can imagine how much footage that we have.
I will watch it though.
And it's like the camera guys too. They're quick on the trigger because we don't shoot film anymore, so it's not like we're wasting film. It's an SD card. So as soon as he and I are doing something stupid in front of camera, our focus pullers just immediately hit record. So there's stuff that's not even during the scenes that is recorded, and then because we'll be
some of the stuff could land us in prison. Probably.
It should. But I'll look up and I'll see one of our camera assistants doing an upside down slate, which is a tail slate, which usually they'll slate the head of the scene. But if they've rolled and then need us without a slate, then they'll tail slate, which is an upside down slate. And it'll just say, it won't have a scene number, it'll just say gag. And I'll be like, wait, were you guys rolling on that? And then it says as though it never happened. They're just like, what?
And for those of you who don't, does anybody out there know what the slate is for? For those of you who don't know, it's for syncing video and sound. So video is recorded on one track and sound's recorded on another track. They don't actually coincide. And so that slap is how they measure, how they match. They're like, okay, that slap is where we need to put the sound of the slap, and now the dialogue is synced with our mouths.
And one time, our technically advanced camera crew decided to do a digital slap or clap on their iPad. Or, yeah, it was an iPad. So they could like just literally hold their iPad up as the slate, and then and then just hit a button and it would go. And it's something that we never noticed until they took it away and used this digital clapper, and it was that Jared and I used that snap, that clap, as almost like a starter's pistol. So when you hear that, it's like boom, ding into Sam and Dean. And the electronic version just did not have what we needed. And he got so mad that he was like, if I hear or see that stupid electronic thing again, I'm going to shatter your iPad. And so poor Jose was like, okay, put this away. And we've never seen it again. And now it's like Slategate.
It was just Slategate. It was a total like Pavlovian, like the bell means food. I was like, I'm not ready to act. I need the noise. I need the clapping thing. Because it was like, okay, and rolling. I'm not acting for that. Yeah, anyways. All right.
About right there at the end, yeah.
Okay, so first of all, I want to thank you guys for everything that you do. You guys gave me last year the courage to go to college. I wanted to thank you for that. And I just wanted to ask if you guys had any advice for people with anxiety going into the next step of their life, what would you say to them?
God, probably the wrong thing. What you got? God puts nothing in your way that you can't handle. No, that's actually great.
There is, we obviously I think a lot of you know that there's a lot of talk about, issues and things that we battle with on a day-to-day basis, and I think that it correlates with the show and what these brothers fight. They kind of fight their own battles, their own demons, as well as real demons. And I think that that's really kind of brought this community together, and it's inspired each other. It's also inspired us to continue doing what we love, which is making the show and telling the story and playing these characters. And I think it really comes down to finding your inspiration, finding what speaks to you, finding what talks to you, and really kind of locking onto that and letting that be a fuel for you. So find your fuel. Yeah.
I'm going to go right here.
Y'all don't do another season.
Whoa, how dare you? Get her, she's wearing red.
Would y'all ever consider doing a movie?
Doing a movie?
Yes.
Yeah. And then you can put us to bed, is that? Yeah, we've talked about this before. I think that when and if the show does come to an end, that is certainly a conversation that we will be having, post the television series, if that ever does happen.
I got a random question. Has anybody started watching this less than 2 years ago? So they're like, it's ending already? It hasn't been 2 years.
Hey, that's longer than most shows these days.
No, yeah.
2 years is a long time for it.
We always tease about like when the show ends, if it ends, this and that. I will say this, which was nice to hear. When we did our interview for Interview Weekly, one of us, probably me, mentioned like 300 episodes we've done. And when I mentioned it honest to God as like, isn't that a pie in the sky dream to like get to 300? Like, how cool would that be? And we got either a strongly worded email or a phone call from some of the higher ups going like, don't say the show's gonna end that early. We're like,
No. you misunderstood. I just said that's the next milestone we were trying to. And then 350.
So, as long as Sam and Dean have stories to tell, right? If the show ever does, in its current iteration, move on to hang out with Chuck, then Supernatural will never die. We'll see how it comes back, but I think we need to do like a Sam and Dean movie every 5 years.
Thank you. Yes, right. Hi, young lady.
Hi.
It was recently my birthday.
Happy recent birthday. When?
Thursday.
That is awful recent.
It was last week, and you wished me a happy birthday.
Happy early birthday and happy late birthday.
Thank you. Well, I was wondering, what's your favorite kind of cake?
Your voice and manner make me very happy. You are a bright, shining star. What a awesome. My favorite kind of cake.
Any cake?
Patty cake.
Pan.
Beef cake. Backfire. Dig out. There's probably an answer to that. It has to be cake and not pie. Red velvet. That was my wedding cake. Yeah, red velvet cake. When in Texas. Amen. Red velvet.
Which is just white cake with red food coloring. Somebody, let's be real. I'm not being a hater. I actually love red velvet cake.
You're not allowed.
But it's just dolled up white cake. That's all it is.
It's chocolate.
It's dolled up chocolate cake.
Where do we go from there?
No. My wife's gonna hit me when I get home.
I'm gonna go
Go
with. I see silhouettes. I think they're doing the YMCA. I don't know if they all have questions. Well,
We'll pick one. Find it out.
I'm gonna go in that direction. Rock, paper, scissors, or something.
All right.
It's really funny from our perspective. There's a giant police light coming this way, like we're being arrested from a helicopter, and a silhouette of somebody.
Would you know what that looks like? Anyway.
So first I wanted to say that the whole show and you guys just screwing around. Okay, actually, all the guys and everything has got me over my destiny here of stage fright. So that kind of helped me there. But I was also wondering, out of all the times that you all open and close the Apollo doors, if you actually got a limb or piece of clothing stuff in it one time.
Even better, I have a piece of skull that's in my scalp that's currently in the props truck because I kept. Y'all remember the episode? What was it? Season 2, episode 1, when Bobby drives his Chevelle into the bar to save the guys drinking bleach. It's yeah. So that scene, I think Bobby drives his Chevelle into the thing, and Manners was directing it, and in his infinite wisdom, that asshole. Rest in peace. Had me, the 6'5" dude, jumping into the back seat of a two-door, and it's a really rusty old car. There's no weather stripping on the door, and so, when I was doing it, it was like, okay, I guess Bobby and Dean are in the front. Sam, you're hopping into the back, and I was like, I'm the biggest. Okay, and so it's like, we gotta go. And I run over and I open the door and I use a little lever and push the car forward, and then it's sort of like this number and that hurts, and I'm going through, and then and Manners is paddle at me, you're being chased by demons, hurry up. And I was like, okay. So take 2, and I run in, and I open the door, and I use a little lever and open, weasel my way into this little box, and he's like, just jump in the car. all right. And so now it's like, all right, I'm just gonna, as fast as I can. And so I sort of run, push the seat, and just dive
Wait,
in.
you're forgetting a key element to the story, and that is after each take, they would cut, we reset everything to ones, and then they would call in finals, which is, you know, the hair and makeup, the glam team comes in and makes sure that his hair is still in place. Here's the thing. Jeannie Chow, who was our hairdresser back then, kept coming over to his hair and like with this quizzical look on her face. Okay.
And so now I'm doing it really fast, and I'm like jumping into the car, hitting my shoulder on the back of the car, and my leg is, 5 feet behind me because it's stuck in the seat, banging my head on the door. And after a few of those takes, Jeannie Chow comes up to my hair's all messed up and blah blah. She comes up and puts her hands through my hair and goes like this. I was like, what? She looks at me and she had the weirdest look I've ever seen in her mother. She's like, and just looked at me and I was like, what? And she goes like this. And she has my scalp attached to my hair.
A clump of hair and scalp.
A clump of hair and scalp in her hand that I guess as I kept banging my head into the top of the...
It's like ripping his hair out.
It ripped a piece of, and so, funny enough, she ended up giving it to Robin, our props girl, and I actually used it like in a Crossroads Demon thing one time. I was like, this show is legit. So yeah, just that one time. Probably one time.
All right, waving the flag.
You fell for that.
Gotcha. So what is the weirdest text message you guys ever sent to each other?
The weirdest text message?
No way we can tell you.
No way we can tell you that.
There was one yesterday.
Oh, you wouldn't be disappointed. It's just safe to say that sometimes we are still boys.
Yeah. There's probably suffice it to say,
Careful.
there have been some doozies. Yeah, I'm just gonna.
We have there's kind of this running joke, and I think some of you have heard us say this between he and I and Misha, that if any random 30 seconds of any random conversation that we had was actually recorded, we would lose our jobs, our families, our friends, and probably be written up for some abusive laws or something. We would go to prison.
I want to say there was a text message, like, it's seemingly random, but there's a backstory. I think Jensen texted me one time, hey, the rest of my tooth just fell out. I think it was when we had our Fight Club moment, like, slap me. At one point in time, I don't know what's going on, but he's like, I'm tired, man, slap me. I think he meant like this, like, I'm beat. He goes, slap me. So without thinking, what? And he was like, what?
And it wasn't like it was with the meat of his palm. So it was more punch-like, really. And I mean, full, just came from Kentucky and just wham! And it took me, it was like shocking,
Woke him up.
Yeah, but not only did it wake me up, all of a sudden I was like, just knocked half my molar out. Yeah, still gone. It's, like your molar has like 4 points to it. Mine has 3.
Point Jared.
Thanks to Mr. Ballard. I gave him a point. All right, I think we got time for one last question.
All right.
You go ahead.
Yes.
Yesterday I just watched the season finale. Is on night.
Which season?
Cincinnati.
11.
11.
Yeah, so there's a thing that Dean was imitating Marina, like her accent.
Yes.
That's,
Yeah, we're walking to the building and I'm doing.
that's very interesting. So I was wondering whether you two, like how many accents can you see?
She's saying the scene in the season 1 finale when Dean is mimicking Rowena.
That's pretty good.
How many accents? I think you probably do more than I do. We do a lot of joking.
I think I can, if I hear something, I can imitate it fairly quickly. But I kind of have to be around it. It's not just, I can't just like call up a certain accent and nail it. But if I hear somebody speaking in that accent, then I can kind of mimic it, and I kind of clue into what gives them that certain accent. I will say, and I just have to say it, my wife, on the other hand, is the world's worst accent. I mean, it is.
Here, Daniel, Irish.
Oh, how are you today?
Daniel, South African.
Oh, hey, I'm in Africa.
Fine, okay, Texan.
Oh, hey there, Texas.
Yeah, she just says whatever the accent's supposed to be.
Yeah, she just kind of says words that.
Oh, here in Scotland it's cold.
But then if you're like, okay, now Indian. Oh, where can I take ya?
Here in India. Daniel, that's awful. All right, guys, we gotta go.
All right, we'll see y'all later. Thank you very much.